Alright guys, as promised in my last video, I was going to show y'all how to modify a blinker relay if you're putting in LED lights so that it doesn't quick flash on you. This is a blinker relay. I'll show you where this is located a little bit later in the video. I already had it removed, so I'm just going to start the video here and I'll show you when I put it back in where exactly it is. You'll see whenever I put it back in why it was easier for me just to unscrew and leave this bracket on the relay as opposed to try to pull the relay out of the bracket. It's just one little bolt. I'll show you what all that's about. I've already pried this one open and fixed it. As you can see, well, let me show you. It just pulls out once you pry three sides. You can see the little clips right here, and right here. And then it just slides out, and that's what the inside of the relay looks like. Now, when you look at the circuits, you can see right there where my thumb's at where I cut one of the circuits. And all I did was just use a razor to slice that part of the circuit between those two solder points. See if I can get a little bit closer. That's the circuit that tells it to blink fast if it has if it's not pulling the right load. It's a bypass circuit. So if you cut that, it will assume that everything is correct. And I just used a simple razor knife. Once you cut that circuit, you can just put it back together, and then it should be ready to go. You slide it right back in its housing. Once it's back in the housing, you just reinstall it, just opposite the way you took it out. Alright, to get to this relay, you have to take this piece off of your dash. This piece is just two screws. It's this piece right here. It's a screw here and a screw there. Screws look like this. Take that off and then just work it around your light switch. You can see right here. And then it just comes off. That will show you this metal plate. This metal plate is held on with four screws. Right here, 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 and here. And that's just these simple four screws. And these are all just Phillips head screws. Take that those four screws out, and that plate just comes right off and exposes the bottom of your steering column. Once you get under the steering column, you'll see this hose right here. It's just an HVAC hose. Behind that hose, you can see the hole right there is where your blinker relay will be. Here's the plug. As you can see, I just took the little bracket bolt out, and that way I could unplug it very easily. Let me plug it back in, you can kind of see what that looks like. Okay, here's what it looks like plugged in. Let me get it kind of where you can see it. That's what it looks like plugged in. And there's the bracket. So I'll put this back up here behind this hose, and you can see how that bracket screws in right there. So let me do that, and then you can kind of see what it looked like to begin with. Okay, let me move this hose out of the way, and you can see there it is, remounted. So that's where you'll find it, right behind this HVAC hose. That little bolt that holds that bracket on is just a little 8mm machine screw bolt, and just a small ratchet will get that out for you. So now that that's done, let's see if it works. Remember, I had a very fast flash. Let's see what happens now. Normal flash. What do you know? Let's see what it looks like from the front. Perfect. Perfect. If it would focus, it would be perfect. There, now it's focused. So perfect. Now I'll just reinstall those two pieces, the metal piece and the plastic dash piece, and we'll be good. Once again, now that it's focusing a little better, let me show you where it is at. It is right there, right behind that HVAC. Very easy to get to. Just take that bolt out, unplug it, and then you can take it inside or to your workbench and modify it. That's the cheapest fix out there for it. That one's free. You can spend $18 on I think it's an E26 LED that you can order. They're very hard to find at just like an Advance or stuff, but you can order them if you just wanted to put a new one. And that should work for my rear as well when I change those over to LEDs. Thanks, guys.